Hello, everybody, everywhere. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Pastor Ty Johnson, and this is what we call Handling the Truth. You remember that movie? What was that movie? You can't handle the truth. No, you're wrong. We can handle the truth when you come with the truth. So many times folks are coming with that old distraction or that nonsense, and we trying to get them to say, just be who you are, and just let me be able to bank on your word. I know you all are not like us where your word was your bond was your life. We're not asking for your life. We're just asking for you to do the best you can. And what you say out your mouth, try to do it. And if you can't do it, get back to us. Handling the truth. We also want to thank Brother T. Fontaine, super producer, Reed's Refuge Center, for hosting Handling the Truth, where we talk about income, education, housing, healthcare, and justice. And my friend is here today who bangs up income. He's looking for opportunities for our young people, male, female, black, white, Hispanic. It don't matter. But he's focused on getting our young people, young black men, opportunities. He's not discriminatory. It's just that his focus is to help build our community. And you all know why, because we suffer the most and we need. His name is Kamoko Harris. He's our general, one of our generals, and he and his wife, we got to talk about Sister Angela, works as a team. She's a heck of a social activist, and together they're just a dynamic duo. Kamoko.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome to Handling the Truth, brother.
Thank you for inviting me.
Man, listen, I've been watching you for a long time. When Chrysler got gone, General Motors got gone, I said to myself, if we do not have some strong leadership down at that port, the port opportunities will get gone. Where are we today?
Well, I've been, since 2012, been trying to get the support, public support, and put the pressure on in the right places to expand the Port of Wilmington, because the Port of Wilmington, where it sits now, is at full capacity.
What does full capacity mean?
Meaning that there's around 309 acres of land in the port.
Really?
Yes.
309 acres?
And that acreage is full to capacity in terms of cargo.
I see.
And equipment and land mass. You know, and also the port accounts for 5,000 indirect jobs, but 2,000 plus direct jobs.
So that's 7,000.
Right. So you're talking about...
Are these folks working every day, or the number go up and down?
Basically every week.
Every week. Okay.
You can't say every day because the work is based on the ships when the ships get in there.
Yes.
Some ships supposed to be on Monday, they don't get there to Tuesday because there's a storm at sea or something. But we're saying that it accounts for income for this group of people, predominantly black. You know, and the current port, because it's at full capacity, and also because the larger vessels, container ships that they're building now, cannot get or turn into the Christiana River, in which right now the Port of Wilmington is located on the Christiana River.
Yes.
And the Christiana River is only 37 feet. Those new vessels need at least 45 feet. So that's what
the dredging was all about.
That's what the dredging was all about.
Okay. Let me ask you this. A couple years ago, you had a heck of a campaign, and you were attempting, you and some other key folks, attempting to get 2,000 jobs. What happened?
Well, that's connected to the port expansion fight.
I see.
And the port expansion
So it hadn't completely went away.
Yeah.
It's just kind of delayed. Not denied, kind of delayed.
Well, let's say that it's an ongoing battle in the fight, because there are forces that are trying to stop us from getting a port, trying to stop port expansion. And port expansion means that we have to get a terminal and a port on the Delaware River. And there are folks that are trying to stop us from getting a port, a first class.
So that's why we're up in Claymont or up in Edgemore?
Yes, that's where the site is.
I see.
that the proposal for the new facility,
dredging, all that's supposed to take place up there.
Right. So there are people and forces who are trying to stop that.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the name of the group? Is it a group or organization?
You got a group called Philly Port. You got a
Philly Port?
Yes, Philly Port.
Is that out of Philadelphia?
Yes, they're trying to.
Now I wonder why they want to stop it.
So, and the Hoots, and they're trying to stop it because they think,
absolutely,
and it's somewhat true, that if we get a port built on the Delaware River, we would get shipping lines that would contract with us.
Yes.
Instead of going to Philly. Now Philadelphia is the only, Philly and Jersey,
right,
are the only ones that have ports on the Delaware.
Right. You triggered something because a while back I heard that the Delaware port, right, Port of Wilmington, was the highest producing port in the nation. Then as far as getting work out.
Fruit. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So we got the title.
Yes.
And very few people know that. I know.
Yeah, we've got a very good record in terms of production,
So you can see why Philly would be, if you match that with bigger ships, because folks, I hate to talk about the climate and what folks are doing. The greed is everywhere. But if they see they can make money, they want more money. And if we got top flight folks down here and we ship them and connect them to something they can work with, the possibilities are unlimited.
Yeah, I mean, that's, when you think about, there was the expansion, not only we talk about the expansion of the Panama Canal and the Suez Canal.
Yes.
Which means that a lot of vessels that were going to the West Coast are now beginning to come up the East Coast because the Panama Canal and the Suez Canal has been expanded. So these larger vessels that I'm talking about are now coming up the East Coast. That means that all the ports that have the capacity to handle these ships can look to get more work.
I see.
When it comes to the Delaware River, South Jersey and Philadelphia are the only ones at this time that have a port on the Delaware River.
Wow.
That can handle
the capacity.
Handle these larger vessels.
They have capacity to handle that stuff. Okay.
We don't have that capacity because, again, those ships cannot turn into the Christiana River because they're too large. The Christiana River is only 37 feet deep. They need at least 45 feet, which is why the initial fight was to dredge the Delaware River.
How long would it take to dredge Edgemoor?
Well,
what are they saying? What are the projections?
Let's say right now they're talking about starting to build. This is Instructure, the new company that's there. They told us at the last Diamond State.
Shout out to who? Eugene Young? Is he?
Yeah, Gene Young. He's their PR person.
Okay.
He's doing a good job.
Okay.
The last Diamond State Port Corporation meeting, Instructure said that they should begin building in 26.
Next year, man.
Yes. Next year. They said June. They said around June 26. And that it would be completed around September or November in 28.
Okay.
This is their projections in terms of the port in Edgemoor.
Okay.
Now, all that is still dependent on the fight we're having with Philadelphia and also the federal judge in Pennsylvania.
I see.
Who denied the permits for us to proceed and to start Edgemoor.
Really?
Yes. And the federal judge, I mean, he's out of Philly, so you know that the Philly politicians put a lot of pressure on him to make that real.
Absolutely.
And so right now there's a fight with the Army Corps engineer and also the Diamond State Port Corporation to have that decision by that judge reversed. And that's where things are now. Is at their point.
Thank you for that, because certainly the folks on the ground don't get to hear this and don't know. But when you talk about the truth of the matter, young brothers that I know, and I'm nowhere near an expert in this stuff. That's why I'm glad you're here. They want to know, how do I get down at the port? It seemed like I can't get down there unless I know somebody or I got family. Is it worth it? What are the procedures, and what would you, God coming out, because this is the only place I understand that you can actually make a livable wage, not have a college degree, but learn the trade and grow and really provide for your family, buy a home, get an automobile, and just live, man.
Right. Yeah.
I know at one time we did a whole lot of stuff to get folks TWIC cards.
Mm-hmm.
What my son, what would I tell him? How does he get in?
Well, the first thing, as you mentioned, TWIC card, is to get a TWIC card.
And what is that?
Because without a TWIC card, the TWIC stands for the Transportation Workers Identification Credentials.
Is that right? Now, I was talking to my little sister Pat. She's the community folk person running around. She said that once they get a TWIC, they also can parlay that. May go to Amtrak, they can go to other places, And I don't know that they know that. I don't know that we're encouraging folks to use that card to their advantage if something's not open over here. The opportunity is still there for you to get income, and you can come back, or you can come, you can always stay in contact with the poor, but don't let that stop you. Is that right?
Yeah, well, that's correct. The TWIC card was developed after the 9/11 bombing in New York.
The Homeland Security?
Yes, the Transportation Security Administration.
I see.
And that was developed, the TWIC card was developed to ensure the safety of public facility, public access facility, public utilities. Like, that's why you got to have a TWIC card to work in Middletown at the
which one? Is it a company, corporation?
Yeah, the what is the energy company down?
Oh, yeah, Bloom. Is that Bloom?
No, it's I got a brain lock.
Is that the one that? I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it either.
But anyway, I'm saying
it's called Sometimers.
And you got to have a TWIC card. That anything that's dealing with the public, like public transportation, you got to have a TWIC card.
Yes.
So the TWIC card can not only be used to get a job at the port, but other places like you indicated.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most important things that people got to understand is that once you get your TWIC card, you have to then go to the union hall and get an application.
Oh, and what the application, they put you in their numbers?
Put you in the system.
In the system?
The application is, once it's asked, then you're going to be asked to take a physical and a drug test.
Okay.
So
if you're smoking, cut it out.
Yes. Yeah. That's the fact.
Cut it out. Okay.
And that's probably the worst thing you can do, because marijuana stays in your system for like months.
Yeah. So, what in the future? I know, I've heard, I don't really know, that may have been some problems with drug abuse and this sort of thing, and that's anywhere where there's large amounts of money and folks getting paid big checks, you're going to have that. I had a conversation with, I think, leadership at one time, and I said, why don't we create our own drug treatment process? And I understand that you all had a universal one, but I didn't know whether it was culturally competent. Does that make sense? Where, okay, I know folks in Delaware. That's why I kind of hate to see folks from outside of Delaware come in as an expert, because they have a model that's nationally recognized, but you don't take that and come talk to the people that live on Pine Street. You don't talk to the people that live on the West Side and then kind of tweak it so that it becomes theirs. Does that make sense?
Well,
so when I was thinking, if you all create your own process, these folks. Sometimes folks in the high rise might miss it, but you all would know, well, what's really triggering this drug problem? Boy just lost his sister. or she just lost her mom, or her mom's on drugs. And this is the last person standing in the family. This is the matriarch, and this is the patriarch. That's why they down here. And you all would know some of those things, wouldn't you? And you could work with people better if you know that stuff.
Well,
Ain't got nothing to do with business, huh?
At the port, now I'm just saying at the port,
Yes.
drug enforcement is strict.
Okay.
And the reason why is because not only drugs, but alcohol,
Sure.
you know.
Well, alcohol is
The
drug.
reason why is that work at the port and on the docks is dangerous work.
Absolutely. Somebody get
A
hurt.
lot of people get killed on the dock,
Really?
you know. It's so you can't have somebody in there that's
Abuse of sex.
under
Yeah.
influence, and then their reflexes aren't where they're supposed to be. They're not paying attention, and they lose focus.
Mhm.
You know, so that's why drug enforcement is important, because it's a dangerous job.
Yes, sir.
You get run over, you have cargo, you have tons of cargo being lifted off and going up on the ship.
So in other
You know,
words,
some guys, new people, and Pat will tell you, we're talking about Pat, tell you that you got new guys, yo, man, get out of the way. They'll be
Yeah.
standing, talking.
right, understand.
The box weighs, there might be 50 tons in that box. Woo! But they're new on the port.
So they
They'll be walking, talking, not paying attention. You gonna say, yo, man, get out of the way. Look over your head. So I'm saying, so you can't have anybody that's high or drunk or
I get it.
intoxicated.
So not only you gonna hurt you, and you hurt other folks.
Exactly.
And it
Kill
could be
somebody.
it could be disastrous. It could
Yeah.
result in someone's death. Look, glad you're here. And talk about a couple more things. I'm gonna let you go. I know you're real busy. I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Your appointment to the Diamond State board.
Right.
Right. What exactly does Diamond State board do? I know
Diamond
it's
State Port Corporation really runs the port.
right for the state
They make
or
yes,
independent.
no, for the state.
I see.
The decision of port development, the decision of Edgemoor and all that stuff has to come through the Diamond State Port
Oh, I'm
Corporation
glad you're
board,
on that seat.
you know.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you're in that seat.
And that's part of the fight, to make sure that the board honors and the board is in total support of the building of the container terminal in Edgemoor.
Yes.
Because again, that's a couple thousand jobs. You know,
Yes.
and it's important for people to understand, because there was a task force developed by the governor's office
Uh-huh.
called the Delaware Workforce
Is this
Development
new
Board.
governor, Matt, or
No, this
is
was the previous-
outgoing governor, John
John Carney. The
Okay.
Workforce Development Board estimated there are between 6,000 and 8,000 youth between the ages of 18 and 25 in Wilmington. They
Right.
wake up every morning, not enlisted at any school and not
Are you kidding?
working nowhere. So that's, you talking about, and that explains when you talk about the drug problem and all that stuff. If you have 8 to 10,000 young people between that age
Yes.
on the corners, no job,
Yes.
they're going to do what they have to do or what they feel they have to do to make money. And so that's why the Port Expansion Project is so dear to my heart, because I want to have a place, and for us to have a place for these guys to go, these men and women to go.
Wonderful.
You know, and those 2,000 jobs that's going to be developed for Edgemoor puts that group of our young folks to work.
Wonderful.
You know, and some of them have made mistakes. They can't get other jobs because they are ex-felon or they made high school dropout, but they can come to the Port of Wilmington,
And get a shot.
you know, and get a shot. And that's what it has represented
Yeah.
for years.
In the 2 minutes that we have left, you worked hard. I know the prior company, Gulf Tanner,
Mm.
they got $500, $500 million, I think, from the state, if I remember correctly, and used that to get another 300 from the Arab Emirates and file bankruptcy. How does that happen?
Well, I'm not a businessman, so to speak, but they weren't generating the income that they thought they were going to generate, you know, through the shipping in Delaware. You know,
But, Coach, these are smart people.
Yeah,
will certainly act like
they
they're
say
smart.
they smart.
They act like they're smarter than everybody
Yeah,
else. So
They claim to
when
be
they
smart.
sit down and make their projections. Now, I'm just a little street heat preacher, but I see a lot of game. I see a lot of game, and I recognize game. And to me, I was a game.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just give me my opinion. I'm not an employee. I'm a little street pastor, and I want to hold up and handle the truth. And when folks talk to me, say, Ty, what in the world? Them people gutted us and took off. And Bro Coke was running around, and we loving him. We read whatever Coke Mo say we got to be, we gonna be there. Because we was. Because we saw your heart. Boy. We saw.
Yeah, well,
What happened? How did you feel?
well, I mean, golf. Whatever the name of the person or the company is that's running the port,
Yes.
our battle does not change. Our fight does not change. Golf Tanner left and Structure's there, and so we still in the fight. Both of them committed on paper to build Edgemoor.
Uh-huh.
Golf Tanner never did, so they're gone. Good. Then we got a new company in there, and Structure, who also has claimed and committed on paper to build Edgemoor. And they give a report every time we have a Downstate Port Corporation meeting. They come up and give us a report, in terms of where things are and where they are, and we appreciate that.
Listen, man, we got to cut out. I am so thankful and so grateful to God. I'm praying for you, and that's a hard job you got, man. Well, it's a challenging job. I'm not saying hard. It's challenging, but you on the battlefield. Keep your hands on the plow.
And you guys, because of you and the ministers and community folks, that's why it had happened. Because without the public task force that was developed, that had all the communities involved, we would have never got the decision to have Edgemoor even considered. Because folks was telling me when I first started, man, you wasting people's time. What are you talking about? But because of you guys with the IMAC and the ministers and a lot of the community organizations putting pressure on the folks, because our jobs that needed, the high unemployment rate is the highest in Delaware. It's the black community, black folks.
Yes, sir.
The highest rate. And so the fight for Edgemoor will never take place or won't be successful unless the community, guys like yourself and other ministers and other community people support this project, because it's going to create thousands of jobs for our young people.
Woo, I'm Ty, and with that, I'm looking forward to working with you, Coke. Call me, let me know where we are. Thank you for your contribution. Keep God first, man.
Oh, yes.
Keep God first. Say hello to your lovely wives, the family, man. We love you. We really, really do, because, it's not a lot of soldiers left, I think. So we're going to have to inspire those who are coming. We're going to have to walk right, talk right, and act right. Education, income, housing, healthcare, and justice.
Keep our boots on the ground.
Hey, look, man, don't forget to get your tickets to the Cow Down. If I don't talk about September the 20th, the Belvedere Fire Hall, 7 o'clock, they're gonna do something to me.
Okay.
Church is taking on. We love you, bro.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Till next time, I think I'm gonna bring my friend Jonathan. He wants to talk about young people. Yeah. Handling the truth.